Hello and welcome to CUSP, the Carbon Underground Storage Partnership. CUSP is a pioneering CO2 storage company created for the energy transition and focused on the German offshore. We're a team of experienced energy, carbon storage and business specialists who've come together to enable safe carbon storage through selective acreage acquisitions and to assist with the effort to reduce global CO2 levels. CUSP presents the German ministry with a safe and environmentally secure means to significantly reduce CO2 emissions, in line with the Paris Climate Accord. It's a widely held scientific view that carbon storage is one of the major processes available to decarbonize the industrial sector that is so important to the German economy. CUSP will create an indigenous and safe carbon store for German industry that realizes significant cost savings over current export plans, and in doing so will create a considerable commercial and employment opportunity for the country. The purpose of this video is to provide the German ministry with an informative and engaging introduction to CUSP, as well as to make a proposal for next steps with regards to an offshore CO2 storage license. In the next 10 minutes, we will focus on the carbon storage asset we're targeting in offshore Germany, the market opportunity for Germany, details of our executive team, the technical work we've completed, our use of advanced technology, including AI, some of the support we've received from prospective investors, industry partners, and other stakeholders, our vision for CUSP, and finally, the request we now make to the German ministry to move our plans forward. CUSP is interested in acquiring a carbon storage license in offshore blocks J10, J11 and J8, given our team's familiarity with the geology and engineering aspects of the storage opportunity. We call this opportunity Project Daisy. Daisy is located approximately 110 kilometers from the shore and in 33 meters of water. It's surrounded by existing pipelines, a proposed hydrogen pipeline, wind farms and power cables. The geology of Project Daisy is well known to our executive team, who have successfully explored for the same storage reservoir in the German and Dutch sectors of the North Sea. Our team are excited by Daisy's storage capacity based on its thick, proven geological seal, which guarantees permanent containment of CO2 without leakage. In addition, in 2007, the well J1001 found commercial levels of nitrogen gas, which CUSP estimates exceeds 78 billion cubic meters, and which we would seek to develop as part of our plans. Project Daisy spans over 380 square kilometers and is of a similar volume to the proposed Hewitt and Viking CO2 storage projects in the UK North Sea. But importantly, without many of the associated engineering and reservoir challenges these projects face. There are over 325 square kilometers of high-quality 3D seismic data covering Daisy, including subsurface wells that provide CUSP with the detailed insight into the geology and carbon storage dynamics. The exploration well J1001 has proven that both the reservoir and the seal are effective at storing and containing a column of highly pressured nitrogen gas. It is therefore CUSP's assessment that containment of the CO2 at Project Daisy would be secure, which removes a key CO2 storage risk. CUSP has a pioneering approach for CO2 storage, which is a reflection of the outstanding geological properties of Project Daisy. We propose to produce large volumes of already discovered inert nitrogen gas and replace this with carbon dioxide, whilst utilizing the existing subsurface pressures and geothermal energy to reduce our own energy requirements and to direct any surplus energy to the grid. For Germany, Project Daisy presents a considerable environmental, commercial and employment opportunity. Daisy is ideally located at the epicenter of emerging German renewable energy activities such as wind farms and hydrogen development. From an environmental perspective, it's estimated that Daisy could be capable of holding up to 416 million tons of CO2. To put that number into context, it represents the annual CO2 output of over 90 million cars, the CO2 output of Australia in 2017, The amount of CO2 a forest approximately 5 times the size of Germany could capture and sequester annually, or injecting over 50 years of the CO2 produced at the German Datteln 4 coal-fired power plant. DAISY is also attractive from a commercial perspective, with CUSP calculating that the CO2 re-injection opportunity will generate multi-billion euro revenues dependent on the carbon price. In addition, there is a considerable nitrogen and possible hydrogen storage opportunity to consider, with CUSP estimating that nitrogen represents a multi-billion euro enterprise value. We are also aware that green hydrogen has been identified by the Ministry as a key area of focus, with the launch by 2035 of the Aqua Ventus project, located between Helgoland and the Dogger Bank sandbank. It is therefore CUSP's aim to fully quantify the nitrogen and hydrogen opportunity in our development plan, and which, given sufficient speed, could be established alongside other energy transition and hydrogen projects already being developed in the vicinity of Project DAISY. Our team intend to work closely with the hydrogen development projects in the area to realize any project synergies, technology transfers and collaborations that are available. From an employment perspective, CUSP estimates that CO2 re-injection at Project DAISY presents the opportunity to create hundreds of new jobs, both on and offshore, with many more jobs being either directly or indirectly related to the development, such as carbon trading, for example. We hope to also create the powerful message that Germany is at the technological forefront of the carbon storage revolution. CUSP has an outstanding technical, engineering and commercial team who have decades of international experience gained in carbon storage, oil, gas and nitrogen extraction. Our entrepreneurial team includes individuals who have successfully explored across the North Sea and who have helped deliver major energy projects in record time. Our team includes Simon Grucock, an expert petroleum engineer and commercial professional who has worked in the vanguard of carbon capture and storage, running FTSE-listed Tullow Oil's Hewitt carbon capture and storage project and working with power generators and other major stakeholders. Joel Corcoran, an experienced hydrocarbon explorer with a long track record of successful exploration across Northwest Europe, including discoveries made in the Dutch and German North Sea with geology almost identical to Project DAISY. Rutger Grass, a skilled subsurface geoscientist with decades of experience successfully exploring for hydrocarbons and nitrogen across the North Sea, and with a long association with the German energy sector. And finally, Anthony Sommerfeld, a business development professional with particular expertise in building new businesses and raising capital across the commodities and technology sectors. Our team believe that the timeframe to deliver Project DAISY should be as short as possible in order to achieve Germany's stated emission reduction targets. Given our team's experience and entrepreneurial track record, we feel we are best placed to deliver a field development plan in a required timeframe. We will work closely with the relevant authorities in order to achieve results and action on Project DAISY. CUSP recognises that we are unknown to the German government, but placing Project DAISY at this time into the hands of larger, established corporate entities risks extending the time to delivery that is inherent within larger organisations. CUSP is therefore firmly focused on delivering a fit-for-purpose plan on a significantly improved timescale, after which we would commit to engage with a leading development partner for project delivery to ensure that the German government achieves its climate change goals. CUSP's technical and commercial team have created an early technical, development and commercial plan for Project DAISY that includes advanced geophysical, engineering and commercial analysis. We have also developed a plan to acquire additional technical data and complete our analysis after what we hope is a successful award of a carbon storage license, or, given current legislation, perhaps an oil and gas exploration license or equivalent which allows our work to continue. CUSP has developed a unique nitrogen replacement and CO2 storage concept at Project DAISY, which we would be pleased to present to the Ministry, the BGR and LBEG. We've also formed a partnership with Energeo, a technology company that provides advanced AI and machine learning analytics to the carbon storage, energy, mining, and broader geoscience sector. Energeo and CUSP have developed an approach to use machine learning to identify prospective areas for CO2 reinjection by detecting porosity, or in other words, the available pore space into which CO2 can be reinjected. In the future, CUSP will be able to deploy this technique offshore and onshore to identify future CO2 storage opportunities, for which we'd be pleased to partner with the Ministry, BGR and LBEG. In order to ensure CUSP did not approach the Ministry from a standing start, we enlisted the informal support of a selection of major investment groups, CO2 emitters, industry groups, and other important stakeholders. Our approach has been to discuss the opportunity informally within this network to ensure that if we were given the green light to proceed by the Ministry, we would, as a minimum, be able to demonstrate an active opportunity to the German Ministry in terms of partners who would support us, both financially and technically, as well as provide an active domestic and international market of future clients for CO2 reinjection. CUSP has an ambitious vision for the development of the German CO2 storage sector, and we believe our team has the experience, technological know-how, and network to execute on our plans. However, we aim to start small to demonstrate the capabilities of our team and the viability of Project Daisy. There are several stages to our plan, which include 1. Securing a carbon storage license from the German Ministry. 2. Finalizing a robust technical, commercial and operational development plan within an agreed period of time. 3. Engaging with our investor and stakeholder network. 4. De-risking Project Daisy, at which point CUSP would aim to partner with a larger utilities company or major investment group with the operational and financial capabilities to deliver a first-in-class CO2 storage opportunity. 5. Retaining an active role in Project Daisy decision-making. And finally, 6. Working with the BGR, LBEG and other authorities to identify and mature additional CO2 storage potential in similar traps in the immediate vicinity to Project Daisy and potentially at other locations. CUSP is now seeking to enter a formal application for the acquisition of a CO2 storage license for Project Daisy to enable us to formalize the support we have received and deliver on a unique environmental project for German citizens. However, we recognize that such legislation does not currently exist in Germany. We are therefore requesting the opportunity to acquire a hydrocarbon exploration license or equivalent, with the stipulation that CUSP will deliver a CO2 storage and nitrogen extraction opportunity of the type described to the German Ministry. We commit our team to now delivering a robust storage development plan in the required timeframe to address German CO2 reduction targets. CUSP is focused on developing a major carbon storage opportunity and to leading the way in creating Germany's carbon storage market. Our team can move quickly to help deliver on Germany's committed CO2 reduction targets. So remember, CUSP represents the opportunity to inject up to 416 million tons of CO2, which is nearly 70% of Germany's CO2 output in 2020. The equivalent to injecting over 50 years of the total CO2 output of the Datteln 4 coal-fired power plant. The opportunity to inject Germany's entire annual CO2 output as projected for 2030. And finally, providing German industry and citizens with a safe offshore carbon store that reduces the need for German industry to export CO2, and thus providing a major environmental and commercial benefit to industry and the nation. We hope that you have enjoyed this introduction to CUSP. Our contact details are now on screen, and we invite you to reach out to our management to discuss this strategically important opportunity.